there was a point where people that used to be in New York, even when it came to your own neighborhood, your own hood, when you stepped into a certain person's hood, you were going there to check out such and such your cousin. Boom, you were going over here to go check out one of your boys and go hang out, maybe smoke, chill, whatever. Yep. But you didn't really walk into areas that you didn't know and kind of just like front. Like you don't walk on nobody's grounds and start fronting. That just didn't work. And that meant not just black neighborhoods, that were white neighborhoods.
Yeah, hell no, bro. Look, I grew up in several white parts of the Bronx. I also grew up in several Latino parts of the Bronx, but like Throgs Neck, and I grew up in Throgs Neck. Lehman High School. My boy lived over by Country Club. We used to hang out in the Throgs Neck project. So I know that whole area. And there are neighborhoods that I would not walk into. And it's not because it was the hood, because I walked through the projects before I walked through some of those neighborhoods up in Country Club. Silver Beach, my high school friend, God rest his soul, he lived up there, and he would tell us, yo, don't ever come here without me. Don't come here looking for me. Just don't come here unless you're with me. And it was a white neighborhood. There wasn't no black people in Silver Beach at that time, but them Irish boys up there fuck you up.
Yeah. You don't play that, bro. Don't play that. That's one thing I knew in my old neighborhood in Brooklyn. Even the white boys over there, they wasn't having that. Irish and Italian. You just come up in there and drive by or even ride your bike in their neighborhood. You might get knocked off that bike and that bike is taken. Yep. Like back in the day, Prospect Park back in Brooklyn, you couldn't be outside in Prospect Park at nighttime back in the 80s and 90s. Hell no. Wildin'. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So, and riding your bike, especially like people would, because there's like a big hill, right? It's like on the other side, like on the Flatbush side. This is big hill.
Prospect is like Crotona Park. It's a big ass parkway in the middle of a borough, and I'm not sure about Prospect, but Crotona is not in a good neighborhood.
Some parts weren't, and when you went up a hill and you trying to climb that hill on your bike, there's a whole bunch of stories about people kicking other people, jumping out the bushes, kicking other people off their bike. Wow. And then riding down the hill the opposite direction.
That's wild.
Because remember, you climbing the hill, you gonna get tired, yo.
Y'all motherfuckers in Brooklyn are different when it comes to robbing people.
Hey, I feel offended here. I feel a little offended.
Does the truth offend you?
I'm a little offended here.
I gotta tell you, I'm a little offended here. But I'm not wrong though. I might be offending you. I might be offending your sensibilities.
Everybody in the hood be stealing. Every hood stealing.
No, what I'm saying is that Brooklyn motherfuckers made an art form of it. Bro, I ain't never heard of no borough where motherfuckers was holding up the entire train car.
Hey, you know what it was?
It was?
I'm just keeping it real. It was a mixture, right? Because East New York was different.
I know.
Them cats from East New York. Because remember, all that low life stuff that came from them running into Macy's. And I never thought about it until I got older. They would run into Macy's, steal racks of clothing, and sometimes I heard they would take the whole rack.
Yeah, they would run out with the rack of clothing.
Yeah, and because the train station's right there, they just jumping on a train and they're out. Yep. You're not catching them.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I saw this video on these dudes they were a crew of boosters. They did a lot of other stuff, but like their main thing was boosting clothes, but not like these young kids you see it running into, what is that, Montclair or Montclief, running and acting crazy. These dudes was bum rushing the store like 5-6 deep and just walking out with whatever they wanted.
But that's a small amount. They used to go with like 20 or 10. Like they used to go deep, bro. And I just say this, just to add it on those cats that was stealing in those white neighborhoods and stealing all those stuff, those black kids or young adults, they were actually being financed by some white woman to do that. So that part of the story never really came out, which I thought was interesting. Just back in the viral memes that we saw online.
Well, okay, so there's a video during COVID of a break into a jewelry store in the Bronx on Fordham Road. Mm-hmm. They found out that those kids were given money to take everything and bring everything to the person financing them.
Wow.
So they didn't even, most of the kids, I mean, I'm sure some of them kids pocketed something, but they were paid to do that.
Sounds about right. Mm-hmm. Sounds about right. This